Good evening. Welcome to the deep end.
Hey everybody, Andrew King here. Hope you are well. I guess I have some kind of an internal clock when it comes to these things, as it's been pretty much exactly 1 year since we had our first one with Drew Langlois. And, I had every intention to do it more often. But, you get busy, you work, yada yada. And, I'm trying to make things as well, I don't know if anybody's been over to my main channel, but I want to be a maker, not necessarily a talker. But I love talking, and I especially love talking with the guest that we have presenting here tonight by the name of Zachary P. He is another Canadian fellow. They gotta be putting something in the water up there, or maybe it's a lack of something in their water up there. But there is just a lot of great talent up north. He's it was such a fun talk. Good. He's only 26. It's like, man, I miss being the young one so bad. He's 26 and he is well on his way. Talked about Fanimations. We talked about. We sidetracked a bit to movies, but that's fine. This is, just a nice, fun little casual talk. I hope you enjoy it. I know I did. And with that, I will see you on the other side.
Attention, all hands. Launching interview with Zachary P.
So you're on Pacific time.
Yeah, what are you,
I'm Eastern. I'm in Rhode Island.
East? Oh, nice.
Yeah, where are you at, brother?
I'm over, the Pacific Northwest, Vancouver region.
Oh, man, I want to visit the Northwest so bad.
Yeah, no, I love it. I've been wanting to visit, do the East Coast, New England tour at some point in my life, but,
Dude, come on out. I'll drive you around.
I haven't left my little, 12-kilometer square, village in a long time.
I gotcha. So
But,
you're Canadian.
Yep.
Wow, man, I'm 2 for 2 for I don't know what I just Canadian animators, man, they rock.
There's nothing to do up here, so you gotta make your own fun. You gotta.
Yeah, I was gonna when you said you're on Pacific time, I was like, oh my god, is this guy in the industry?
No.
Because I would totally believe it because of your mad skill.
Oh, no, you shouldn't.
But please keep going. But no, yeah, dude. Oh man, yeah. There's so much I want to talk about with you. What do you listen to when you're working?
Well, typically just music, classical. I know it's gonna sound really tacky, but I do like to listen to classical
Mm-hmm.
music while working, just because it's there's no lyrics. You don't have to
Right.
focus on anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will just when I'm doing Fanimation stuff, it does become kind of a feedback loop where you just listen to best of clips
Mm-hmm.
while you're working. And you're like, oh, I got to finish this one because this stuff's way funnier than what I'm working on. So you gotta move on to something else. But I do think that when I want to work good instead of ungood,
Mm-hmm.
I do think that listening to something is not good. I do try to just tune everything out when I'm actually want to make something that I like, instead of just kind of if I'm just coloring or doing backgrounds where I really just don't care about it. That's when sure, I'm listening to stuff at max volume and just trying to power through it. But I really do think that you should disconnect if you want to make something you know,
Ah.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just how it works for me.
no, I
You got
got
to be
you.
your own little mad scientist about your body and brain and figure out what works for you.
Right, you like to open yourself to the ether.
Oh yeah.
See what spills in. Very nice. Can I ask you how old you are?
Oh yeah, I'm 26 years old.
Damn, that's a good age.
High side, low side. What are you thinking?
I was terrified that you were going to be like in your early 20s because it's
uh,
just from the perspective, it's like, man, this guy's not going to know who Joe Cartoon is. Do you remember that shit?
Joe Cartoon?
Do you remember
No,
Joe
sorry, you might
Cartoon?
have lost me.
No, that's okay. Well, I mean, you're
Was it on
probably right
TV?
on.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV as a kid, so I'm kind of like I'm a
No,
weird like media diet.
it was like late 90s, early 2000s internet type shit, like
Uh,
those flash games like Kill the Boss or like.
Damn, because I was all about that stuff as growing up. Like my first foray into like the internet as a kid was like angry video game nerd. Like that was my introduction.
Yeah.
And then like, I moved on to like homestarrunner.com. That's like I'm like I mean I refuse to go back to it because I feel like it'll change like my perception of it, but like I
Uh-huh.
was obsessed with that as a kid. I
Right.
think it really like influenced me.
Man, the early internet was just such a, like, I mean, everybody talks about it as kind of like a Wild West kind of thing, but it really was.
No, yeah, for sure. It was like
And like nobody was worried about monetization of anything.
you just go on some guy's website. Like
Yeah.
that was it. Like there was no like, no one went to YouTube. You just go to like every channel had their own website that you had to go to watch videos or something.
Yeah, like everybody was going into like each other's garages is what it was kind of like online. Just wandering. It's like, hey, you want to come in here? I got some videos. It's like, yeah, all right. I got nothing going on.
Yeah,
And see all
no.
their
It was
shitty
I think it was
HTML.
like it was good for my mind. I downloaded a lot of viruses as a kid. I think it teaches you like problem solving skills and like how to hide things from your parents and stuff. All
Yeah,
like important stuff to know.
for sure, for sure. Oh man. Okay, so like, what was like some? Well, I mean, were you always dabbling with Flash or shit like that?
No, like I have like a weird relationship with animation. Like I don't know if if you want to get the full story.
Hey, I would love to have the full story.
Okay. Okay. I love to talk about myself.
Great.
But yeah, like when I was like a kid, like 5, like the first job I wanted that wasn't like the little playmat pretty much was like cartoonist. Like I had to look up a dictionary like how to spell it because that's what I wanted to put down on like my kindergarten worksheet. Like what do you want to do when you grow up?
Uh-huh.
And I had like a bunch of like Gary Larson books like lying around. That's which really just kind of like set me off. But then I didn't do anything about it for like the longest time. It was always just kind of like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. And then like when I became a teenager, I was a real freaking know-it-all cynic, and so I was like, "Oh, no, there's no money in 2D animation, traditional animation. I should learn how to do 3D stuff. Like that's where everything's going."
Uh-huh.
So that was kind of like, and then but it never really like I didn't actually like do this, mind you. It
Uh-huh.
was always just like, "Oh, I should do this." And then
Yeah.
I graduate high school. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I went to design school of interactive arts and technology for 1.5 years, and I hated it. So I
Yeah.
dropped out, and then was just
Hell yeah, congrats.
started. Yeah, I eventually did finish school part time,
Uh,
just economics. I was like, I was so disillusioned with like anything creative. I was like, I want just the boringest like pencil pushing job in the world.
that's insane to me, but keep going.
And then I kept telling myself like, yeah, I want to practice art on my own terms. I'm just gonna do things on my own. Once again, I really wasn't actually doing anything. It was always just kind of like I would also in this time I kind of had really just given up on like visual art. I was more into writing
Hmm.
and like just the odd illustration, like a caricature here and there. But then yeah, like because yeah, animation was something to me where it's always like, okay, look, after I win my Pulitzer Prize at 22 and like get my Mark Twain Award at 29, and I've retired on a villa, like, oh, okay, I'll learn animation because I like the art form. I find it kind of cool.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was just kind of like when I was like 23 or something. I was actually going crazy. I was just doing nothing all day. I was working part time at night, so I was waking up at like 2 p.m., shirking all my academic responsibilities, and then just like decomposing. So I kind of just went crazy, and one day was like, I'm gonna like try to learn how to make a cartoon because I always have. And then I figured I'd do Fanimation because like the audio is already there and the audience is already there. And
Right.
the rest is history. Yeah, like that's kind of
Oh, that's
like I've always been doodling in the margins, but I haven't actually like I didn't actually start making cartoons until pretty much I started uploading to YouTube. Like that was the first time I made something like that was done.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's great. Holy shit. Yeah, because I mean, I found you, as I imagine a lot of people do, via the like an Oni Plays animation.
Sure.
And I wanted to talk to you kind of about like this whole fan animation movement of sorts. I mean, between I mean, you've done Red Letter Media and Oni Plays and Germa. I never really got into Germa, but I fucking love Red Letter Media and I love Oni Plays. Makes you feel like a brother from another mother because it's like yeah man, this is the good shit. There's so much of it, and I guess there's always been like fan animations, but there definitely it seems like there's a whole gigantic wave of it happening right now, don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And like I'd say it's like, well, I think it has to do a lot with just like strength in numbers. Like once something kicks off, and then like you're in the algorithm now, it's just like really easy to get your stuff out there, and so it also is just like fun, like trying to make your own story based off someone else's audio. Like I don't know, I really love the remixing aspect of it.
sure. Yeah, there's definitely got to be a creative challenge with that. Uh, do you ever like feel so? Okay, so you almost so it's the whole idea is to basically use it to kind of hook people in, uh, and it really just like helps with algorithm stuff too. Like I have no idea how all that shit
I mean, I
works.
don't know if anyone does. I'm
Oh,
not a
okay,
marketing specialist,
I got you.
but yeah, like everything's based off of like I think the number one way your shit gets out there is like through recommendations with similar content. So with like the Only Plays stuff, especially, it just blew up. There was so much of it, and just
Hmm.
like you just basically put anything out there, and it would start being recommended on other people's like more popular cartoons, and it was just like a great way to like kind of get an audience. And I'm trying to like I don't want to sound like I'm a cynical like oh I only did this because like I do find
No.
the jokes funny
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
But it was this kind of a thing where it's like I want to learn how to make a cartoon, and I might as well try to make people laugh and like actually have a
A,
I
ch-
want I don't want to say a guaranteed audience, but like I know
a better
people will
chance.
care about this, yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. That's one thing that like bums me like the fuck out. Like sometimes like what like I was rewatching a bunch of your stuff yesterday, but then I was also like via the recommended thing checking out other people's, and it's like they like a Oni Plays animation will have like 20,000 plus views, and then one of their original pieces will have like less than 5K or something. It's like, oh man, but like these people are doing good work, and like nobody's taking the extra step. So
It's the name of the game, I think.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, it frustrates me. I think everyone
Yeah.
who makes stuff and puts stuff out there has at least a tiny ego. But
Hmm.
like, yeah, like it's one of those things where, sure, if I could just do whatever I wanted and have people watch and make a living out of that, that'd be great. Ideal scenario, but the
Yeah.
real world does get in the way a lot, and it's like that's fine. It's how things are.
Oh, you have a good attitude about it. That's nice. I would just be angry.
I don't know. Maybe if this call happened when I was 22, maybe I'd be a lot more like, "Oh my god, it's a conspiracy, damn it!" Like
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, whatever.
It's just about understanding how it all kind of fits in together. I gotcha.
Yep.
Huh. How did you get into watching Oni Plays? Was it like a COVID recommendation that just took off?
Yeah, I think it just started with like a friend sending me a clip, like just short, and then you're like, "Hey, this is kind of funny." I'm not. I'm like I'm a terrible fan when it comes to these things. I'm very much just like 1 month it's like, oh, I'm really into watching Lighthouse diorama making videos, and then the next month it'd be like, oh, I'm really into this channel. Oh, this like highlight channel. It's really fun, and I do not like I'm
I
like
gotcha.
the lowest value on the analytics side. I make no allegiances. Sorry, anyone.
Yeah, that's great. No gods, no masters.
Oh yeah.